So you're thinking about moving to Las Vegas? Well, don't. Well, at least not until you listen to this video. So in this video, we're going to talk to you guys about a lot of the obvious things that we hear a lot in regards to people having concern when they think about moving here to the Las Vegas area. And we've been able to help a lot of our clients get over those particular things. So with that, guys, we're going to get after it right now. Now, if this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything that there is to know about living here in the Las Vegas and the Henderson, Nevada area, then make sure you subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first, again, like I said before, to know about the current market and everything else here in the Las Vegas and Henderson area. My name is Lavert Pompey Benefield.
I'm Vince Pompey Benefield.
And we get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking for help in regards to making their move here to Las Vegas. And we're hoping you're going to still make a move after this video, but we absolutely love it. Now,
whether you're moving here in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. All the information is in the description below so we can help you make a smooth move to Las Vegas, Nevada.
And again, fingers crossed after this video, you're still going to be moving here. Right. So we're jumping in, guys. So guys, one of the first things that we hear when people move here to Las Vegas, and believe it or not, they think of it as a negative, but it's going to be our weather.
And it can get hot here.
It can get crazy hot, especially July and August. That is the season where it is ridiculously hot. It's hot. It feels like a
an oven.
An oven.
Because there's not much moisture or humidity, it almost feels like you're opening the door to an oven.
Or like just a hairdryer blowing in your face.
It can be tough. That part can be tough.
It can be very tough. That can be very tough. So definitely when you first get here, make sure you're not coming here probably during that time of year, that July, August, when you first move here. Give yourself some time to move in to the Las Vegas area. Maybe during our springish kind of time frame.
There's other times of the year it's beautiful.
There
is those two months that it's very hard. I mean, I find myself not going out. I mean, we have our air conditioning on. My dogs don't even want to go out.
Right. It's tough. July and August is tough.
I mean, you got to go and are we doing the good part or bad? Okay.
Well, you can do it. Jump in. However you want to do it.
It is hot. However, there's not the humidity. So what we don't get is that sweaty, sticky feeling. So when you go outside and you start to sweat, it just dissipates because it's so dry here. So that's a plus.
Having
the negative of the heat is so bad.
Exactly. Having lived in New York City. So when we went back to New York City,
that was hard. In the summer,
Vince died
was hot.
Because it was like 80 something, and the poor guy had a towel. He was sweating. We were in the subway system.
So that's the difference. I mean, it has
crazy.
Humidity. This does not have any humidity. So yet it's very dry. You have to moisturize.
It's a dry heat. You definitely have to moisturize. Drink a lot of water. When you first get here, you want to drink a lot of water. Your body is getting used to that heat. Yeah. So much is going on. You're always going to feel a little dry. So you definitely want to make sure you're drinking like crazy, moisturizing for our beautiful BIPOC people of color. Keep those elbows and all that kind of good stuff nice and non-ashy and all that kind of good stuff. So we definitely want to make sure you're moisturizing. But yeah, the weather can be a tough one.
It is. However, right now, while we're doing this video, it's
October.
Gorgeous.
It's beautiful
here right now.
It's gorgeous. And jumping into this next one, I mean, we were just speaking
about weather, so
exactly.
Let's talk about the summer again because it's still hot, and yet we're going to talk about the monsoon season, which is beautiful in its way, yet it's scary because of the surface is so dry. Yeah. When it rains, it pours, and it doesn't pour for long like in other areas, but boy, it just rolls down.
It's our dog's barking.
It just rolls down the valley, and it picks up speed and water.
And it usually happens at the end of summer. So monsoon season usually comes in
late summer.
Again, because we don't get a lot of water and a lot of rain here. It's cool when you first experience it, but it's just like a sheet of water sometimes where you can just get.
And the flooding is bad. They have perfected it. They have gotten waterways that are moving the water through the city differently than it was growing up here.
However, it's not like what it can be scary, but it's not like what the news is reporting. It's like all of Las Vegas is flooding. No. We did have this season, some of our casinos got water in there for the first time. I hadn't seen that before, ever. So that was really tough. We had a really tough monsoon season this time around. Yeah. That water plummeted. I mean, it affected a lot of people. You do not want to try and be brave and drive through these floods. floods. Don't do it. If you see your water, if you see that those water levels are high, don't test it. It can be very, very dangerous, and you can wind up floating away and everything else.
Very dangerous.
But it's not all over Las Vegas. There's certain areas of Las Vegas where this flooding is more predominant than in other areas. So yes, the flooding is there. So a lot of changes in weather, and that's just, and with changes in weather.
However, with the monsoon, it did help raise the lake, which is
that's a good thing.
Another scary thing.
We'll talk about water in the lake a little bit later in this
summer of 2022.
Yep.
The lake went up. I'm going to say 2.5 feet is what I heard. I think you can go onto the Las Vegas.
Nevada.gov. Go to LasVegasNevada.gov.
So much information, so much helpful information.
We'll keep referring back to that site a lot in this video. But yeah, so with the flooding as well, though, because of the change of season and all of that kind of good stuff, not even change of season, but how the weather changes, people sometimes get allergies.
Yeah.
People with allergies.
We kind of get 2 growing seasons here. We get that spring we're growing, and then we get this like late summer, fall growing season.
So another negative for us is going to be that change of weather that affects people's allergies.
It really does. I'm lucky, knock on wood, it doesn't have. I don't have
too many allergies, but when I first came here, it was definitely when we were performing. We came here again. The throat was just so dry. We had to get so much water, and it felt like we were having colds at first when we came here, but we were just getting acclimated to the weather.
Yeah.
The weather can really dry you out, and if you have those allergies, again, be very careful. Make sure you're up to date on all your meds and whatever you need for those allergies, because it can drive you crazy when our pollen and all of that stuff starts moving around. Because when that pollen starts flying, it's like a layer of like, I don't know, yellow all over the place. It's gross. So it really affects people with allergies in that sense. So allergy season, monsoon season, all that fun. It's there for you.
110 degrees. That's a
114, 115. Yay, come to Vegas. Okay, so as we mentioned before, we were just talking about the lake and the water shortage. I know a lot of people are concerned about Las Vegas running out of water. We hear it all the time. When you fly into our beautiful city, you can see it at Lake Mead. You can see the levels of Lake Mead going down. All of that's true. All of that is happening. However, according to LasVegasNevada.gov, you want to go to that website, check in all that information.
So much good information.
So much information on that particular site. So go to that website, check that information out. Yet what most people need to understand is that we actually get a lot of our water also from the Colorado River. A lot of states around that river are allocated certain numbers of water, so forth and so on. Again, not the professional. I'm not a water professional. Go to those websites, check those things out. Yet again, according to the Las Vegas Nevada.gov, we have been allocated, I think it was something like 275,000 what they call acre feet of water, and we only use, I think, 242. That was with the amount of people that we have here, and that's with us growing almost like 750,000 people over the last couple of years. So we had that huge amount of growth, and we still did not use what we were allocated to use. You're about to say?
Well, it seems like some of the neighborhoods have changed the landscaping. They've kind of gone from grass, which, maybe 20 years ago, everybody was trying to do grass because it's different for us out here. They've all kind of changed that up. They've really taken on a more desert landscaping or more desert-friendly trees.
Exactly,
which are beautiful in bloom in the desert. It's gorgeous.
So our conservation efforts here in Las Vegas have been incredible. I mean, people have really stepped up.
They really
People have really changed things around and what they're doing with, like Vince was saying, their landscaping, how they're using water, when they're using water, not overwatering when it's 115 out, so forth and so on. You're not watering lawn. You're taking lawns out and you're replacing it with desert landscaping. So we've done a lot here. So
they really do, and they continue to do that. I mean, even like the way they run the water through the I don't even know the words, aqueducts maybe is the word, running from the West Mountains down through the city to alleviate the flooding that we had, years ago was crazy.
Yeah, redirecting that flooding, all that redirecting that water.
Amazing what they've done with that over the last 20 years.
So again, guys, do your homework. We know it's a huge thing. It's a huge negative for a lot of people. Oh my God, we're in the desert. Let's remember that. We're in the desert. We're in the desert. So yes, there's going to be water concerns and issues, so forth and so on. But again, Las Vegas, Nevada, LasVegasNV.gov. Go check that out and do your homework on different sites. There's a great father and son also group on YouTube. They really do a really fun job and a great job with the water in regards to what's happening in Las Vegas. They're a great group to find out. I'll see if we can, we'll see if we can attach them down below. But a great group to look at.
And then we talk about weather. What we don't have here are bugs. I mean, I have a horse, so I have
we may not have bugs, but we have scorpions.
Oh yeah,
that's a negative. We do have scorpions. Scorpions here.
We do. They're not abundant, but they are. And
they're not huge. But it's a little.
They're scary and dangerous. But
yeah, it's a little creepy. It's a little weird to walk through your house and all of a sudden see them in your house. You're not walking through your house and seeing them in the house all the time. It's very so often. But
we've been here about 7 years in this home, and I think we've seen them twice.
Yeah, maybe two times in those 7
house.
years.
I mean,
so most people will, as far as taking care of.
And we're in an older neighborhood, so I was a little surprised to actually find them here. However, the kids around the neighborhood, when I walk the dogs, they're and their dad's out there with a black light and stuff, trying to find them.
Because they're
out there
transparent, translucent, whatever it is. So they're not huge ones, but at the same time,
we don't have the other bugs. We don't have like mosquitoes. We don't have all the flying big bugs.
Those really cool cicadas that get that really loud
noise. That
makes
a noise. They're harmless. So
there are pests, but at the same time, there's great pest control companies. There's pest control companies where you can definitely get a lot of that taken care of. So a negative, but at the same time,
we do have that on a monthly basis. The pest control.
You just get used to having your pest control and getting that taken care of, like all of that kind of good stuff. So those are the things. That's a negative. Scorpions.
I guess it is a negative.
It's a negative. Okay, so our next negatives, if you will, in regards to moving to Las Vegas, we definitely want to talk about the big elephant, and that's crime here in the Las Vegas area. You would think with more than 450 million people coming to visit that small, internationally well-renowned strip of land called the Las Vegas Strip, there's going to be crime, and not just on the Strip, but definitely throughout the Valley of Las Vegas. We're going to have you go to different websites. We're going to have you go to LasVegasReviewJournal.com. We're going to have you go to our Metro, our police department's website, to look at those particular types of things. Coming from places like New York City, where I live in New York City, I guess, and living in Oakland and all those different types of things, I guess I almost have this little instinct of looking over my shoulder and being very aware of my surroundings. I have that already. I don't feel unsafe when I'm here in Las Vegas.
No.
I don't know.
I think we're just kind of a national average. I don't know that for sure.
Again, go to those websites. You want to definitely check those things out. Do people have a perception of crime? Yes, they do. Finding bodies in the lake.
Okay, well that's old crime.
Those are definitely some things that are happening.
Had happened.
It's happened. It definitely came up there. They're finding bodies in the lake. We don't know how old those bodies are. So yes, there's crime here in the Las Vegas area. Again, guys, please do your homework on that. Go to those websites. What part of it is important to you? Some people are looking at burglaries. I mean, we lived in Summerlin. Summerlin is one of the gated communities, beautiful area.
Yes.
And Summerlin is the only place that we've actually been had a property break-in.
Yeah.
And I think last year our property break-in number actually had increased. But think about this, guys. We all were just now going through COVID. So think about it. A lot of us are at home now, so forth and so on. So those numbers, it does make sense that those numbers may have gone up in that sense. But property, I believe burglaries had gone up. Again, go to these websites to double check this information.
And for us, we're in the neighborhood that we live in. We've befriended our neighbors, so we do keep an eye out through our cameras, through our Ring doorbells, whatever. We do have a little, group text going with our neighbors just to kind of keep an eye open. And if there's something that looks unfamiliar or
suspicious or whatever that
we let each other know. We just kind of keep an eye. We watch out for sure.
We saw our neighbor's garage door open the other day, and we just texted.
I did that today.
Yeah. He was like, your garage door.
Just so everybody knows.
Yeah, we're watching.
Trying to be mindful of that.
Now you've got to make that effort, because I know sometimes this is another little negative. People say when they come to Vegas, it's always so tough to find and make friends. It's tough to find friends here in Vegas. And it can be. I think a lot of people may say that about anything general, and our dogs are going crazy below us, so if you hear those. But I think a lot of people say that about a lot of places they live. It's tough to meet people. You've got to extend yourself out there. You've got to put yourself out there and meet as many people as you can. Now, on the Strip and all that kind of good stuff, it's very transient. Las Vegas is very transient. I think 75% of the people that actually live here now are not from this area. It's a city where a lot of people come in, they come out, so forth and so on. Yet, like we said, we know our neighbors. We've made it that effort to get to know our neighbors, to make sure we're all watching out for each other, so forth and so on. And you can meet great people here in the Las Vegas area, for sure.
You can. And yet I hear that it is hard to meet new people, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. It takes effort. It definitely takes effort, but you can meet great people from all around the world here in the Las Vegas area.
Very
like
diverse.
I said, from New York, I lived in Europe and everything else, and I was in the arts in the theater world here in Las Vegas. So that was really cool. So I got to meet a lot of people from around the world. But again, when you extend yourself and you put yourself out there, you can meet a lot of great people here in Las Vegas. So what else is another negative that's here?
School system. I think we're ranked pretty bad on the school system.
Our school systems. We have another video that we talked about this. We have a video. We'll put the link up here. So you guys go and check that out. The pros and cons of Las Vegas we talked about in this video. So go and check that out. Yeah, our school system is tough. I think in that video we talked about the fact that we were probably out of the 50 states ranked 48th as far as being one of the worst systems. So it is tough. The school system is very tough here. I think in Las Vegas.
There's a lot of charter schools, private schools. There are schools.
Fantastic, amazing private and charter schools.
I mean, the junior high school that I went to, we called it junior high back then. That is now like a magnet school. The high school I went to is now a magnet school. So it is, from what I hear, we aren't real high on the things, but
we are not.
Charter schools, private schools, then I think we're on the top end of those when it comes to the charter schools and private schools. Now unfortunately, it's not a very good
lines to get inside of some of these charter schools.
It's not a good balance, but
and here in Las Vegas, I think what happens too is that because we do have the Strip, we are really well known for our hospitality and taking care of people when they do come here to Las Vegas. That a lot of our folks from those high schools are almost sort of funneled into taking care of hospitality, and these young people do make a lot of great money doing hospitality here in the Las Vegas area. So there is that sort of kind of balance of, are they really educating these kids and getting them out there? Or are some of these people seeing the money that they can truthfully make here in Las Vegas and they're going to hospitality? So a little bit of that is there. However, again, like Vince said,
there's websites for this. We are not the experts
not
here,
the experts
please.
at all, but these are our personal opinions as far as living here, so forth and so on. So again,
please do your research
on all of those things.
Sure.
And like Vince was saying as well, we have fantastic, well-renowned schools here, private schools, charter schools, Bishop Gorman, all those kind of great schools that are here in the Las Vegas
UNLV.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. So we're there. I know, all the time. Okay. Anyway, so the next negatives that we have here for the Las Vegas area. Registering your car.
It's not unusual to me because I'm used to registering my car every year. But Levert was saying
when I came
that's a negative.
It's a huge negative because living in California, living in New York City, you registered.
Didn't have a car in New York City.
I had a car in New York City. It was crazy expensive in New York City. I paid almost $500 a month just to park the darn thing because I never used it. But it was crazy. But for that last year of New York, I had a car out there. But I registered, but I only had to register it, and it lasted for a few years. Here in Las Vegas, you have to register your car every year. Every year. And depending on the type of car that you have, it can be quite expensive. Right. If you have a Honda, something like that, and depending on your location, your insurance can be crazy.
That's true. I heard that too.
Your insurance can be crazy.
So that kind of depending on the area that you live in, maybe it's close. I don't know. I'm not the expert. Maybe closer to the Strip.
Well,
might be higher. I don't know.
I experienced this for sure when I came here. When I first came here in,
long time ago,
99 or whatever it was. When I first came here in 99, and then I registered my car, I actually stayed on the Strip. I lived right on the Strip area. Not on the Strip, but like a block or two from the Strip. My insurance was crazy. It was insane. Came back the second time around, and I lived up in the Summerlin area. Completely different story. My insurance dropped so much. And think about it. I mean, you're on the Strip where, again, 450-something million people come to that one little area. There's going to be, unfortunately, drunk drivers. The drivers can be crazy and insane because a lot of people come here on the weekends and they think it's Vegas drivers. It is everyone coming to visit Las Vegas that comes here and has the, whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas mentality. And they're driving crazy around the Strip. So be very careful around the Strip. The drivers can be crazy. So, and again, that registration, you have to register your car every year. And the closer you live to the Strip, the higher your insurance is going to be.
We're not experts on that, so please.
I'm a little bit of an expert only because I experienced it. Because I experienced my insurance dropping like crazy when I moved to the suburbs. I'm just letting you know. When you move to the suburbs, your insurance goes down more.
But what you will find on the streets a lot are those orange cones.
The orange cones.
They are doing. Maybe it's in every city. We live here, so we don't know. But it just seems like construction.
It's our state flower. The orange cones. That's our state flower. That's what I heard. It's our state flower. So the orange cones are everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Construction. Yeah.
I kept telling them we should go into business because we could we don't even have to have a place, a yard. We could just put them on the street, and you wouldn't even know that those are ours or being used or not being used.
You assume somebody's doing something.
It is interesting. So hopefully everybody's experiencing orange cones in their cities. That means we're fixing the streets that were built years ago, and maybe the infrastructure is being updated. So I'm trying to find the silver lining in this.
That's the great part about the Orange Coast. You know something fantastic is coming. We're always rebuilding Vegas. I always tell my clients when they come here, we blow things up every 5 years because we like that new. Vegas likes that shiny new penny, new coin, kind of new nickel. So yeah, the orange cones are always around. In addition to the orange cones, and again, we talked about this in our other video, like I said before, we have homelessness people. We have homeless here. Like many cities.
I don't know the solution to help. I wish I did, and if any of you do have it, please put it in this down below, because we really would love to help. But it's, and I hear about that everywhere in the United States or the large cities. We are a large city for being a small city.
Yeah,
we are a large city. Yeah, we're not a large city.
Yeah. So
it's heartbreaking. That's our dog. Sorry, you guys.
Sorry, I was playing with one of the toys.
It's heartbreaking, and if we could come up with a solution as a collective, it would be wonderful. Yet, it does. We do have our issues and our problems with it. I don't know the number. I
don't know any of those numbers. So again, guys, you can check that out. But
LasVegasNevada.gov gives us so much information.
So much information in that regard. I grew up in Oakland and Berkeley, and it was very common for you to see a lot of homeless on the streets in Berkeley. It almost was one of those things where you just are used to it. The same thing in New York. You walk down the street, you see some homeless, but yet at the same time, 1 block later, you're in one of the most, ritziest neighborhoods, so forth and so on. And it's just on and off. It's more downtown, and we talked about this as well. We do have tunnels here in the Las Vegas
because of the waterways, because of the way they've moved the waters from our floods.
Yes,
they've
some of those
created these.
Some of those people are living in those tunnels, so you want to be very careful. You want to stay away from those tunnels. But we do have homeless.
You're not going by the tunnels.
Just to make sure that you're aware of it. It is a negative that is out there for us to be aware.
As a local person, we don't go into these tunnels.
We don't go and hang out in the tunnels or anything. It's just not something but you want to be aware of it.
We're talking about water from the west side of the city down to the east side of the city during our flooded season.
Exactly.
So I understand what the tunnels are.
Right, 100%.
You don't go down there.
So yeah, so then we talked about a batch of those things.
So we just made it sound really bad to move here, and
it's not that bad.
I love it here.
we didn't make it sound that bad. We just want to make sure we're talking about the things that you're
being honest about it, because it is reality that it isn't perfect. And but any suggestions to make it better, we would love to hear down below.
Yeah, give us your comments, give us your thoughts, all that kind of good stuff.
And if we haven't scared you, we'd love to have you earn your business.
And these sound pretty obvious, guys, but listen, some people can perceive this as negatives. We're just going to wrap it up here with some of these few things. There's gambling in Las Vegas, and when you're on the Strip and you're around the Strip, for those of us who are a little bit more, for those people that are a little bit more conservative, family-oriented, all those different types of things, you're going to see a lot of nakedness on billboards and things like that.
Advertising. Around. It can be, and not having children, I never really thought about it, and yet it's there. I mean, it's on the side of a taxi cab where the girls are in little outfits and their butts hanging out. And I guess not having children in the car, I don't think about it, but when you do think about it, it's like, wow, okay, that's interesting.
Okay, yeah. Oh my God, that's really good.
Yeah,
so you want to be aware of that. It is Las Vegas, and you definitely want to have those conversations with your children.
And that's mostly around the Strip area and the downtown area.
Predominantly around the Strip area, downtown area. So, of course, you determine how you want to have those kind of conversations, but that's there. Some people can perceive that as a negative. Yeah. However, again, I still strongly believe that Vegas is becoming so much more of a family-oriented and family-friendly area, and it's not just the Las Vegas Strip. There's so much more to Las Vegas, to Henderson, and everything else that's making it such a beautiful family-oriented place to be. We have Rottweilers, so if you guys know, that's a love talk, that's a love conversation.
Okay.
And then what else do we have? I think that's really it, guys. I think that's really it. No more conversation.
Sorry about that.
Rottweilers are not and everything. They're beautiful doggies. So with that, guys, again, make sure you subscribe below. Make sure you're tapping that bell for notifications. Check out that other video that we told you guys about.
And we have a lot of other videos that we just wanted to be honest with you and share with you what we've heard to be true to those who believe it, that there are negatives, and there are negatives to every situation, and we just wanted to be upfront and honest about the things that we thought were maybe things that would turn you off or negative.
Or people that are in the news and all those kind of good stuff. So when you guys are moving here, reach out to us. We'd love to be of assistance. We'd love to earn your business. Like we say in the beginning, if it's 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, shoot us a DM, all those kind of great stuff, and we will learn to earn your business. All the best, guys. Take care.